guys, coming at you with a very strange video for you guys, at least for what I do. Basically, I was assigned an LA project talking and debating any subject. I chose the subject of Are Games Bad? And I made a video about it and I want to show you guys it. But guys, just keep in mind that was for that class, so if you guys don't really care about that kind of thing, just click off right now. But if you guys do want to see it, then here you go. Alright, so this is going to be my LA, debating of are games actually bad for you, and what positives do they have, and why is there such a tremendous stigma around them that it's so bad, and why are they good, and why are they bad? Let's talk. Alright, well, let's talk about the generalization that games are god-awful. Basically, the reason why people think this is because, well, if you were to step back and look at it in a very not thought process oriented thought process, I guess. Basically, you just see a man or a person commanding something to do awful deeds, or maybe not even awful, just maybe morbid or a bit gross. But if you were actually to step back and just look at games in general, and honestly just our society and what we consume in terms of entertainment, it is not even a little bit bad. It's not that bad at all. But people don't like to see this. People like to just jump to a scapegoat, basically, and there's nothing better than that than a game. A place where you literally are free as can be and do whatever you want, and have the access to take virtual, I want to stress this, virtual life, which is not anything in particular. Anyways, we're getting off topic. Basically, games in general for the last 3 years have been making massive strides in the things that it can do and the things it can create and all of these things. So basically, with that massive growth in terms of entertainment and also just economy, you know, making money, this is a hot topic, and the media constantly brings it up, and then your parents hear that, and then they gotta juggle that in their minds, and then you gotta assure them that it's not a thing. Anyways, basically, the massive part is the media. They constantly have brought this up, that games are doing this, or whenever there's a shooting or something, that games are the problem, and games is what taught this man to do this, or whatever, stuff like that. And we're gonna combat those, and also talk about why games are not bad, and why they are, you know, it's stupid to say that they are, because there's so much stuff in the world that should warp our minds, but they don't, because people don't have soft minds anymore. You can't. And if you do, then you're a special kind of problem that should be fixed, because you should distinguish what is a game and what isn't. Anyways, let's move on. All right, so like I said, with this being a hot topic, of course, the media is gonna jump on this bandwagon and try to tell people that it is bad, it is awful. And with that being said, people that do like games are just people that want to do studies and test things. My point is that there has been thousands of studies basically saying what the hell games do to the person's mind, what are their positives, what are their negatives, and all that kind of stuff. So we're gonna go ahead and talk about some of those today. Alright, so the study we're gonna be looking at today is done by CTV. It is a news show thing, and yeah, I doubt the information on that cannot be false, because if it was, it would be corrected, because it's seen by thousands of people, and experts probably would see this too, and would combat this, and etc. So the information is rock solid. If it was wrong, it would get fixed. It's not like Wiki. Anyways, let's go. Alright, so the first thing they covered on the study is how it can improve surgery. Basically things of the medical nature and whatnot. The examples that they gave is a snake cord to get in someone's body. You need a remote to kind of control that, and also hand-eye coordination, so when you make a cut, is a little bit more precise, which makes a lot of sense, actually, because you gotta be careful with that. Makes sense. Alright, the next thing the study shows is that it helped kids with dyslexia. They said that it helped them read faster and concentrate a lot better, which makes sense, because in a game you're forced to maintenance everything. Your movement, the way you look around, every step you take, everything you're going to do. It makes sense that you need to stay focused and stay on point, and also the way a game works and the visuals behind it would probably help people with that kind of disorder. So positives. Alright, I prefer this video not being too long, so I'm gonna go ahead and tell you guys some quick facts about what it improves. Take it with what you will. Again, there's information behind this that makes it like true. It's not just like, guess what, this is a thing. It's like, yeah, no, there's facts behind this. Good eyesight. Now this one's kind of weird, because it's like, how can that happen? How can that work? But with people that have a trouble seeing from far distances or to up close, a game is a screen, but that yet there is still depth, and that there's still, like, you know, distance. So it helps in that manner to trick your brain. Again, there's more facts behind it, but I'm not gonna bore you. Anyways. Next, games help people who are in pain. That is pretty sweet. And a lesser note, it's more like an iPad kind of game. Basically, they're talking about how in every hospital now they have an iPad, just because it helps kids with pain. It helps get your mind off of the pain. So props to games. And my personal favorite in terms of what games can give you is the ability to multitask to an insane degree. Now, people that have troubles in crowds, and people that hate driving because there's just too much to manage and too much emotions that you're going through, games can really help with that, just because of the sheer fact that you are forced to command thousands of things and hit a million buttons to get somewhat of a simple result. And being able to manage all those things, and people that, the study shows, people that have been doing this for like 15 years have a drastic increase in hand-eye coordination and reaction time. People that play games have to react to things in a split second, so it's kind of makes sense that would be an improvement. And yeah, that's one of my favorites, just because I notice that in everyday life. I see how people sometimes get flustered or having to make a choice or anything like that. It's relatively easy. I've been playing games since I was like 8. and I started off with some of the worst ones, and that's gonna help us with our next topic that actually covers and talks about are games bad? Why? Let's talk about it. All right, so some of the reasons why people assume that games are bad is because, well, it's a very easy scapegoat, like I said in the beginning. In a nutshell, there was a few shootings where a person went insane and killed a bunch of people, and he said, I learned how to do it because I played Grand Theft Auto, or some crap. And it's probably true. He probably did play the game, but does that mean he has any know-how to play, like, to shoot a gun or anything? Like, no. That's so stupid to me. Like, it always annoys me because people that play Call of Duty or something, they'll be like, oh, I want to be a military sniper when I graduate or something stupid like that. And I'm like, no, you have zero idea how to hold recoil, how to hold a gun. Just because you see something doesn't mean you're able to do it. Like, it makes zero I don't know. Anyway, so all those assumptions that people can learn from a game and learn how to do all these things is complete crap. Like, it makes zero sense how that even be possible. Or else I could catch bullets or curve bullets or run forever. Nothing makes sense. Like, or fire unlimited bullets, like every action movie I've ever seen in my life. So it just makes no sense. All right, so we've already established that when you see something, that doesn't really mean you can do it. All right, cool. Next. All right, so let's talk about the most criticized game of all time when it comes to the subject. Grand Theft Auto 5 or just Grand Theft Auto or GTA, you've probably heard of it. Now, in this game, you literally have the ability to mow down thousands of innocents. No joke, that's a thing that people do. And yeah, but we've already talked about how just because you see something doesn't mean you're able to actually do it yourself. Taking a life in general is different. And it's almost like people don't understand that we can distinguish what is reality and what is not. And the people that can't distinguish this are the people that are going to snap eventually. Or the people that are going to watch that movie and think, ah, wait, is that what I can do? Yes, let's go do it. That person's crazy to begin with. If a person can't distinguish life from a video game, that person is crazy. Doesn't mean everybody's crazy. The second thing is, games are a massive stress reliever. Basically, I would much rather someone have a bad day, get super pissed off, and go to a game rather than go to a pub and beat the hell out of someone and kill them. I would rather someone go, jump into a virtual world, and destroy something / beat something up than in the real world. Studies have shown that this helps with people that have anger management or whatever. Or just built up stress, or just anger, anxiety, whatever. This helps. There are studies that show this, and if you've ever played a game, you know it to be true. You feel calmer than can be, ready to love the world, and etc. So, boom! Knowledge drop. And with all that being said, people still like to blame games for being so violent and the reasons why people have these outbursts. Just stop and look at our society in general. We have UFC, for instance. We literally have two people in a cage beating the crap out of each other. This is just fact, and this is just insanity. We also have movies that are nothing but gore and death, but yet do I feel like I want to kill? No, it's based, like, people underestimate, I guess, your mind. And another thing, people are like, well, we don't want to take the chance. We gotta protect ourselves from that one person that goes crazy and says that it's because of games and says he's crazy, even though he's not. He's just, well, he is crazy. But anyways, basically, if you're willing to throw away your freedom that easily, shame on you, dude. Like, there's always gonna be people that are bad. There's always gonna be people that abuse things and say things, but in the end, look at the majority, and it's the price of freedom. I'm sorry, but that's just truth. If you want a world that is secluded and that you're not able to do anything, then sure, ban everything. Ban all the horrifying movies that follows a serial killer as he kills people, or ban everything like that. All the movies that you enjoy, all the crazy action scenes that you've ever seen, ban them all, and you have a safe world. But that's rather boring, and that's not a good payoff. It's not a good price to pay. So in turn, that is the price of freedom. Yeah, so I never really mentioned this because I'm just thought of it now. I'm probably gonna show you guys really violent games in the background. First one you're probably gonna be seeing is Dying Light. It's a zombie-esque game, very realistic in terms of where you hit, it's going to show. If you slash, it is going to show. And another thing, guys, I just want to tell you guys, I played all of these games. I've played, it's kind of gonna be crazy for you. I think I was 6 when the first GTA came out, which is, again, is quoted as the most violent, horrifying game in the world. I played it when I was like 6. If that's what it adds up to. I was really young and I played it, not because my parents were bad and not because my parents would allow me, it was because I kind of sneaked in and played it with my brothers or my cousins because they had it and he was old enough, and I just kind of watched, and then he left and I played, and it was fine. I didn't turn out to be a crazy person, and I've been playing games ever since. Does this mean I am bad or angry or etc.? I'm sure if you meet anyone, I make a point to be kind and etc. and to value everything. And on another side note that I just forgot to mention, and I wanted to mention it now, is that people quote games as being bad, you know, the cause of anger, stress, you know, all this stuff, teaches how to do all this crap. I've already dismissed every one of these arguments. The second thing I would like to point out is something that would actually make a difference and something that would actually maybe make you a killer or maybe crazy. Hunting. Let's point out that, where you are literally killing something. You are taking something's life. Regardless of anything you point at, you, as a person, are taking something's life. But let's go a step further. You're not just taking its life, you're going to stab a knife into it, plunge through its flesh, carve off its skin, and then take its head and plant it on a wall. Yeah, there's nothing crazy about that. Why would there be crazy? Why? Why is that not crazy? Why? You're literally... Would you want to have your skin off? No, it's awful. Not to say that I'm like, oh, I'm a vegetarian, I think animals are great. No, I just think that if anyone's gonna point out something bad, that should be the first thing some people point out is hunting. People actually taking an actual life, opposed to me taking a life in a video game where the thing does not exist and it's most surely a zombie, which is like, it's... God. Anyways, guys, so that's gonna go ahead and finish it up. I kind of wanted to show you this thing. If you actually go to YouTube and type in Elders React to Games, it should actually come up, and there should be a video where it shows elderly people actually playing the most violent game ever, which is that GTA game, and just doing what everyone really does in that game, which is just blow up cars and let off steam, and every one of them enjoyed it. And yeah, they didn't turn out any worse for wear. They kind of laughed it off because they knew that it wasn't real. And that's gonna go ahead and end it. That was me talking about if games are bad. My conclusion, they're not. There's so many worse things in the world for you. I could, oh God, and you constantly hear it every time. When I grew up, I constantly hear parents being like, no, you can't play this game because you're gonna turn into a killer. It's like, no, if that was the case, I would be crazy and I'd be gone by this point. Because I playing games ever since I was like 6, which is crazy. And I started off with the worst game imaginable, but not really. Because again, I was a kid and I could still distinguish what was bad and what was good because I'm not crazy. Anyways, thank you so much for watching, and if you want to go check out that video, it's called Elders React to Gaming, or GTA 5, actually, now that I think about it. I might be showing you guys a clip right now of the video itself. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching as always, or thank you, teacher, unless you show this to the students, which I really hope you don't, because this is a side of myself that I keep to myself and to my YouTube channel. So anyways, thank you so much for watching, and bye.